The story of St. Nicholas Cathedral School started a long time ago. The year was 1935. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president. It was the height of the Great Depression. Many people had no jobs and lost their life savings. Times were very hard. Not far from where I lived, there stood a beautiful, glorious, magnificent church. It had 13 domes like Saint Sophia in Kiev. It was my church. My grandparents helped build it in 1915. It was finished. They named it after St. Nicholas. Every Sunday, moms, dads, and children went to church and prayed. There were many children in the parish and no Ukrainian school for them. So the fathers of St. Basil the Great decided a school should be built, even though times were hard. People worked together to build their school. Some collected money, others planned picnics, concerts, and dances. Some boys even helped with the construction by carrying bricks to the bricklayers. On September 8, 1936, St. Nicholas Ukrainian parochial school stood tall against a blue sky, beckoning boys and girls to enter her doors into the world of discovery and learning. 86 students in 5 grades were taught by 4 sisters of St. Basil the Great. The fathers wanted the school to quickly grow in numbers, and they went door to door persuading parishioners to bring their children to St. Nicholas School. Many new children came to the newly built school. In September of 1939, Sister Mary Jerome, the first principal, started the year with 122 students coming to St. Nicholas School. In 1940, 14 boys and girls graduated from 8th grade. This was the first graduating class of St. Nicholas School. Each year, another class graduated, and then it was my turn. I proudly held my diploma, while a new future glimmered before me. I will miss my school, my St. Nicholas School. As I said goodbye, I wondered about the new students who will come through the doors of this great school.
We left our beloved Ukraine. We left our home. I had to leave my toys, books, and everything I had. Everyone was scared. There was a war. First, we wound up in Germany in a DP camp. Our journey finally ended here in Chicago. America is so different than Ukraine. I don't understand the language. I miss my school in Ukraine, but I am excited because tomorrow I will see my new school, St. Nicholas Catholic School. As we approached the school, I noticed the biggest, widest hole next to the school. I wondered why would there be such a big hole? I held my mother's hand tightly as we stepped into school. We were met by the kindly face of Principal Sister Angela. She spoke to me in Ukrainian, and I let a sigh of relief. Something was familiar. I quickly felt that this was my school. I had friends. I was learning the language. There were many children just like me. They called us immigrants. I finally learned that the big hole in the ground will hold another school because so many of us immigrants came that there were not enough classrooms for all of us. Life was good. I was learning, going to church every morning, and making sure I obeyed the sisters. They expected good behavior. On Saturday, May 1st, 1954, the big celebration began. We started with a very beautiful Mass in church. We carefully listened to the sermon of Very Reverend Innocent Lutotsky. Father Lutotsky was loved by all the children. He was a dedicated priest. Maybe one day he will become our bishop. On Sunday, May 2nd, 1954, after Mass, we all marched to the new school. That was the school's name. There was the old school, and now we had the new school. The new school was dedicated and blessed by His Excellency, Most Reverend Konstantin Bohachevsky. It was beautiful, modern, new, and ready to open its doors to the children. I wonder how many children will pass through her doors.
The year was 1962. St. Nicholas School was brimming with children. There are 1,225 children enrolled in school. Since there are not enough sisters to teach, we also have lay people as teachers. Classrooms are tightly filled with over 35 students in a class. We are all children of immigrants who came here after World War II to find freedom and a better life. Walking down the street, the only language heard was Ukrainian. There are Ukrainian banks, stores, museums, and organizations. It's like a Ukrainian village. Maybe one day this area will carry the name Ukrainian Village. These were wonderful years. School was a place not only to gain knowledge, but to foster who we are. The school had many sisters. One very special sister was Sister Bernarda. She loved children and she loved music. She conducted the school orchestra and the school choir. One day, Sister Bernarda asked me if I would like to join the orchestra. I very much wanted to play the violin, but I knew we couldn't afford to buy an instrument. So I said politely, "No, thank you." The next day, she called me into her office and there lay a violin. She taught me to play and then I joined the orchestra. We had many concerts and I was so proud to play in the school orchestra. Sister Bernarda also had a school choir. Sometimes at concerts, we played and the choir sang. I liked that most. Life was simple, but life was good. Reading, writing, and arithmetic were very important. Studying hard was an everyday occurrence. Discipline was strict at school and at home. And as for entertainment, it was playing with each other outside, and we loved our school.
My greetings and best wishes to all of my dear friends and former teachers who made my years in St. Nicholas School such a great success. It was a pleasure working with the children who were so talented. We were able to have a beautiful school orchestra. We developed their talent. We had a gorgeous choir. Mrs. Yaroslava Prochu assisted in all of our accomplishments. And it was really a pleasure working with the children.
Through the decades, St. Nicholas Cathedral School influenced her children with an exemplary experience of academic excellence, global awareness, and the Catholic teachings of faith, discipline, and compassion. The school graduated thousands of children, with even 3 generations of families walking through her doors. From the 1990s to 2012, Sister Irenea and then Mrs. Fignac fervently led St. Nicholas Cathedral School. The school celebrated many successes, as well as addressed challenges along the way, while its leadership kept persevering all obstacles to give children a quality education. The beginning of the 2013-2014 school year brought changes, and under the leadership of a new principal, Dr. Susan Kurland, St. Nicholas Cathedral School was going through a new phase in its pursuit of quality education.
When I arrived at St. Nicholas Cathedral School, about 2 years ago, one of the first things that I learned is that enrollment had declined to the point of almost closing its doors in 2013. Yet today, it is not just surviving. St. Nicholas Cathedral School is growing and thriving. We can attribute this success to the dedication and hard work of our board of directors, our faculty, staff, parents, our generous donors, and Chicago's entire community. It is very impressive that the same commitment and community involvement that founded this school in 1936 is alive and well in 2017. That never say die attitude promises a bright future for St. Nicholas Cathedral School. We are continuously exploring new programs and opportunities for the students while providing professional development for our teachers to promote St. Nicholas Cathedral School's journey of excellence in education.
I've been studying stocks, and Snapchat is having an IPO in early March, and we should invest in that. It's usually cheaper and you could make a lot of money off of it if you invest in it very quickly and then sell it later.
That's a good idea. We should really invest in Snapchat, because if we do, then we'll make a lot of profit, and it's short term, so a lot more people will be buying the stock pretty soon.
I mean, we can start off with selling most of our stocks right now, and as soon as it comes up, we could buy Snapchat and then sell it towards the end of the project.
That's a good idea, but I think we should keep another stock just so in case Snapchat does not work out, we have something that we could kind of lay back on.
I would say either Amazon or Microsoft would be good, because Microsoft is more of a buffer stock, so it doesn't really go majorly high or dramatically low.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, Microsoft has been staying pretty steady and rising noticeably almost the whole time this year, so it could be a good idea to keep that one too.
My name is Abner Bardegues, and I work for the University of Chicago's UChicago STEM. And one of the things that we do is we're involved in the Big Shoulders Fund Mathematics Initiative. We'll see in mathematics classrooms students working in small groups, collaborating with one another. They are also practicing explaining their thinking and their strategies. Another very important thing is for them to come up with multiple ways to solve a problem, not just one way. We're also trying to move away from procedures and more of having students make sense of the problem, gaining that deep understanding of the mathematics.
year, over 1,000 students throughout the city of Chicago undergo a vigorous application process in which only a mere 130 get chosen for the Daniel Murphy Scholarship. Out of those 1,000 students, only 250 get chosen for the final phase, the multi-step interview of the parents and students. Last year, out of the 130 recipients that got chosen, throughout 90 schools of Chicago, 4 of them were from St. Nicholas Cathedral School. St. Nicholas Cathedral School graduating class of 2017 already has 3 recipients of the scholarship and 2 awaiting their results. I am proud to say that I am a recipient of the Daniel Murphy Scholarship. This scholarship is a 4-year scholarship to any Catholic or independent high school.
Last year, we decided to revamp the middle school grades by restructuring our program to be more of a junior high experience. So parents of middle schoolers stepped up and spent countless hours during Christmas break to ensure that the building was ready for students to start off 2016 in the old school. Our approach to the middle school is to not only address the academic needs of students, but holistically as well. Students are taught important life skills that will help them transition better to high school and the world beyond. Students in grades 5 through 8 no longer stay in one classroom, but rather have a daily bell schedule that they are responsible for. They report to different teachers in classrooms for every period of the day, just as they will once they enter high school. Because of this, they learn the important skills of time management, organization, and responsibility. Our academic program encompasses all core content, but also allows students the flexibility of choosing from a variety of electives to enroll in as well. Currently, we offer creative writing, journalism, geography, study sync, and coding as student electives, in addition to after-school test prep courses.
I'm so happy that the school offers creative writing classes because writing is a passion of mine and I really want to improve in my writing technique and share my stories with the rest of my fellow classmates.
Coding is a way that anybody can put their ideas onto a program, a game, or even a music video. All you need is a computer, laptop, or other device. From a few pieces of code, you can make games. You can make people running. You can make people jumping. Whatever your mind can think of. Whatever your heart desires.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Excelente, gracias.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Iván. ¿Qué te gusta hacer?
Me gusta escuchar música. Hola, mi nombre es Aner y me gusta aprender español porque me gusta aprender más de mi cultura.
Hello, my name is Ivan, and I go to St. Nicholas Cathedral School, and I go to Spanish class because I like to learn about new languages. St. Nicholas has made me a very responsible person, a respectful person, and made sure that I was the best I could be, and I'm very thankful for that.
Мої бажання. Я бажаю, щоб наша школа була на тому самому рівні, що є зараз. Щоб наші діти діставалися до найкращих шкіл Чикаго. Щоб класи були переповнені. І щоб діти чекали на шансу попасти в нашу школу. Бажаю всього найкращого всім вчителям, працівникам, волонтерам і дітям.
Цими днями ми святкуємо великий ювілей. Це наше суспільне, парафіяльне також громадське свято, 80-ліття школи Святого Отця Миколая. І тим святом ми хочемо в свій спосіб похвалитися і поширити інформацію про можливість і обов'язковість навчання дітей в приватній католицькій школі. Наша парафія славиться тим, що зосередила свою увагу і зробила великі інвестиції, побудувавши школу для наших дітей, які приїхали з України, також для всіх дітей, які проживають у місті Чикаго. І головна місія нашої приватної католицької школи – це дати дітям найкращу освіту, а також привити любов, пошану і повагу до кожної людини, яка є в цьому світі, мати віру, шанувати свій обряд, любити Бога, прославляти і показувати ту любов до свого ближнього. І тому на протязі 80 років тисячі студентів, які закінчили нашу школу, мають той дуже сильний, міцний фундамент, на якому вони побудували своє громадське, релігійне, суспільне життя, ставши добрими громадянинами Америки, і тому вони діляться своїми талантами, служачи у суспільстві, в громаді і в церкві.
After 80 years, St. Nicholas Cathedral School stands tall and proud, knowing that the foundation and opportunity for learning was given to all children. These children became solid members of society. They have impacted the world and made it a better place. We bow our heads in gratitude to the fathers, sisters, and parishioners of the 1930s whose vision, sacrifice, determination, and hard work gave us St. Nicholas Cathedral School, who nurtured, protected, and educated every child that passed through her doors.